The town of Mystic Falls has a new generation of protectors in this spin-off of the Vampire Diaries and the originals. The Salvatore School for the Young and Gifted is home to Klaus Mikalson's daughter Hope, Alaric Saltzman's twins Lizzie and Josie, and other young adults who are coming of age as witches, vampires, and werewolves, nurtured to be their best selves and overcome their villainous impulses. Together they rely on ancient folklore and tales to learn how to battle their far-reaching enemies and attempt to keep balance in the world. The series begins with Hope assisting Alaric in recruiting werewolf Raphael to the school. In the process, Hope runs into her old friend Landon, who is also Raphael's foster brother. Since the school is only for the supernatural, though, Landon is turned away. But when MG fails to compel Landon to forget his knowledge of the other world, it's assumed he ingested vervain. Hope visits Landon in his cell and tells him the truth about her origins, and knowing that he won't remember any of this after the vervain is out of his system, she kisses him. Once Landon leaves, it's revealed that the vampire compulsion still has not worked, and that Landon stole a knife from the school. Landon's bus explodes, and Sheriff Matt Donovan goes over the crime scene, while Alaric realizes that Landon, who is missing, must be some kind of supernatural. Hope and Raphael track down Landon, who swears he's not responsible for the bus explosion, but he has no memory of taking the knife. Raphael and Landon run off together, and Jeremy Gilbert tracks them down, saving them from a werewolf hunter. He brings them back to the school. Hope finds no evidence that Landon is a supernatural and ends up sending him to New Orleans in search of his biological parents. Dorian, another teacher at the school, kills a creature that's trying to track down the knife that Landon stole. She tells him she wanted to take it to a place called Malivore. As the twins prepare for their 16th birthday party, their real mother, Jo, suddenly appears at the school as if no time has passed. Alaric is skeptical, but eventually realizes that Jo has been brought back by the necromancer as a cruel way of distracting the staff from protecting the knife. Jo's return to the living is short-lived, though, as Alaric and the twins have to say goodbye to her as she dies again. Landon finds his biological mother, although their reunion is anything but nice as she attempts to interrogate him, not believing he is her actual son that she gave up. She eventually accepts that he's her child and tells him that she once worked for an agency that brought monsters to a facility containing a puddle of black goo. Anyone dropped into the goo would end up in Malivore, with all their memories of them wiped from the public consciousness. When she was starting to ask too many questions, she too was thrown into Malivore. She later found herself free and pregnant, although with no memory of how this happened. She placed Landon into foster care. On a road trip to find the second key to Malivore, tensions run high between Hope and the twins. Alaric is forced to exchange the urn they found, which is the second key, for Dorian and Emma's lives, as Clark, an agent from Triad, holds them hostage. Clark takes the urn back to the building that houses the Malivore portal and tosses it in. Now only one key is left to unlock the demon dimension. Landon's true power is revealed when he's killed and his body bursts into flame, revealing that he is a phoenix. During the Miss Mystic Falls pageant, Hope is still dealing with the trauma of watching Landon die and then come back. MG's mother attends the event, and it's revealed that she works for Triad. She kidnaps Landon and takes him to Agent Clark at the Malivore portal. Clark tells Landon about how Malivore was created when a witch, a werewolf, and a vampire came together and created something to absorb supernatural creatures except for their own kind. The creature, known as Malivore, was so successful it became self-aware and refused to allow his creators to destroy him. He attempted to make more of his own kind, but they were flawed. Clark reveals he is one of those attempts, making him Landon's half-brother. He convinced the humans to perform a ritual that turned Malivore into its current state. The humans form Triad to watch over Malivore and capture supernaturals and throw them in. Clark wants to restore Malivore, though, by bringing in the 3 original objects used to trap him. He tells him that Landon is Malivore's son. Triad forces occupy the Salvatore School using a magic-suppressing artifact. Alaric and Dorian infiltrate the school through a secret tunnel and disable the artifact, allowing the students to fight back and retake the school. At the Triad warehouse, Hope arrives just as the final key is thrown into the portal. She realizes that the only way to stop Malivore from coming back is to use herself, a Tri-Blood, to close the portal. She knocks Landon out to stop him from talking her out of it, and then calls Alaric and asks him to burn every reference of herself. She uses a mimic spell on Clark, which forces him to jump into the puddle with her. Landon wakes up and finds Malivore is gone, and all of his memories of Hope have been erased. That is Season 1 in a very quick recap, but I think it gives you most of the information you'll need to be caught up when Season 2 premieres October 10th on the CW. I personally hope the second season starts out strong, since in my opinion the first season was pretty weak, but managed to pick up steam towards the end. Anyways, thanks for watching everyone. Be sure and give this a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider subscribing if you enjoy recaps and reviews.